Hello, and welcome to the Banner Saga. This is one of the games that I have had sort of on the docket for, well, I should say recently, but it's a game I was excited about 6 years ago, and I purchased it then. I think it's substantially older even than that. And it came out at a time when there was a dearth of strategy games. Now there are far more, though still not nearly enough. And so I figured it's about time I played it. There's a couple of other things that I considered putting in this slot, but I think this will be a good thing for a little while. We'll see how it goes. I am joined on this recording by Earl Grey, as well as Ice Maker and Dishwasher. So they will be chiming in at random intervals. One thing that is kind of odd about this game, as far as I'm aware, this is PC only. I could be wrong about that. It might have gotten a console release later on. There's no resolution selection. All there is this full screen button, which I'm not going to click, because it just snaps it to a 4x3 window that I would say is probably, it might be like 1280 by 800. I don't know that it's even that big. Or 1280 by 960, is that that's the 4:3? Yeah, whatever it is. It's a 4:3 window. But for some reason it went to full screen automatically, so I kind of can't complain. It's just very odd. Yeah, this was relatively indie. Now, there were, I don't remember if it was Kickstarted or not. I don't remember if I Kickstarted it or not. I don't think I did. I vaguely recall there being some question about whether it was actually going to get funding to get made, so on and so forth. Yeah, now there are 3 of them, or 4 of them, I think. As you can see, on this page, there is a thing for the Banner Saga 2, which if I click that, it goes to the Steam purchase page for that. And I assume this one, if I click this one, it'll go to Banner Saga 3. And try and get me to buy that one. The whole thing's a little bit odd. That's kind of interesting. UI's real nice. Although, having the ad right in the middle of the thing, I know, it's an indie thing, I get it. But also, whatever. Anyway, let's get started. Story in the Banner Saga changes based on the choices you make. You will occasionally switch between lead characters, witnessing the story unfold from different perspectives. Gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survive through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now it is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped: the sun. Oh boy. I'm already seeing warnings from OBS that the frame rate is having trouble encoding the video, so I apologize if this is choppy. It looks alright. Preview looks alright, although it may be inconsistent.
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Komið skjótt! Komið í höllina miklu! Skýst ég leyfa oss að syngja!
All right, awesome intro, voiced, really nice animations, stylized art style. That big open shot with the narration is really nice for like giving you an idea of the world and the scope, and you know, giving you a lot of information without doing any sort of like information dump. There's a lot of nice touches, even here. I mean, the smoothness of this fire animation, that's easily something they could have like skimped on and made like 3 frames of animation, but they didn't. Obviously they haven't detailed every single person, but it looks fantastic. So I mean, it's not that I haven't seen some footage of this before, although I've mostly tried to avoid it, but this is the first time I'm getting a really good look at it, and I'm even more impressed than I expected to be. I don't know. It's just, it looks great. I'm happy. All right, let's see. You've arrived just in time. The chieftain in red and his men are now looking at a tougher fight than they bargained for. Drag around the screen to see your surroundings. Click the check mark to continue. Oh, drag. Should say click and drag. I assumed it meant like edge scrolling, but it's not. These portraits show the order of initiative, taking turns from left to right. Your allies are in blue, the enemy is red. It's your turn to act. Alright. Movement happens before action. This ring shows your shield banger is active. The blue tiles around him show where he can move. Some characters fill more tiles than others. Horned allies are a race of giants called Varl, who take up 4 tiles each. This is sort of interesting because it's giving you world information in the tutorial about the mechanics. It's not bad. It's just a little bit odd. It undersells it a little bit. Horned allies are a race of giants called Varl who take up 4 tiles each, while humans fill a single tile. This can have a huge impact on your strategy. Pick the tile you want to move to, then click the check mark to confirm. Move your shield banger here to get him into attack range. Nice. Okay. Click the tile you want to. Yeah. Click the check mark to confirm. Yes. Click the tile on which they stand. To target an enemy, click the tile on which they stand. Ally tiles are blue. The enemy's tiles are red. The enemies are red. Target this enemy now by clicking his tile. You can choose to either attack the enemy's strength or break his armor. The numbers beneath each icon show the damage you will do to that stat. Strength counts as both health and damage. A loss of 2 strength means you'll now do 2 less damage. That's kind of a clever way to simplify the system. It remains to be seen if it works well, but I'm interested. If strength falls to 0, the character falls in battle. Armor blocks strength damage, but can be reduced by a break attack. By breaking armor, you open up to take more damage in the future. This enemy has only 5 strength remaining. A strength attack will kill him. Click the fist now to attack his strength and confirm your choice. Okay, it doesn't... It's... You do have to infer a little bit from that, you know. You have to understand the mechanics to understand what it's really telling you. So it's saying that since I have 9 health and he has 5, I'm going to break his armor I'm going to go through his armor of 2, which is essentially damage reduction, and then do 7 damage, which is more than his 5 health / strength. The fix now to attack his strength and confirm your choice. He's down. Each time you make a kill, your renown grows, which is used later to improve your characters. Kills, I hope that's not the kills are not the only way to level up. That's a little, Taking an action, your turn ends. Next up is the enemy. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. Turns always alternate, even if you are outnumbered. That doesn't seem... If I'm... So, a 2v1 fight, the one gets twice as many actions? Is that what that means? That seems... I guess we'll find out. That doesn't seem right, but... Despite being at full strength, the chieftain will do little damage against your shield banger's high armor. Well, I only have 1 armor. I have 7, right? Now it's your Warhawk's turn. He appears to be out of range of those enemies, but all characters can use willpower to boost their actions. Willpower is a limited resource, so use it wisely. By clicking on gold tiles, a character can move further than usual at the cost of 1 willpower per gold tile. Oh, nice. Okay, I was about to ask whether moving partial with a... This is always a question in D&D when you have anything other than medium-sized characters, is when they take up multiple squares, like what counts as move and what counts as angles and things like that. There's like... Back in the 3.5 days, there were like pages upon pages of how to calculate like attack angles and things like that. It was, you basically, well, I'm exaggerating a little, but you basically had to know trig to understand how to do it properly. But this answers my question of, okay, so it would take 1 willpower to go there and 2 willpower to go there. I assume, based on the yellow arrow that it's showing. Red pulsing tiles beneath your enemy show how close you'll have to get to be in range. Move your Warhawk into attack range now. Oh, and it even shows the 2 little yellow little star icons to indicate I'm about to spend 2. Handy. Standard attacks only affect a single enemy, but your Warhawk has a special ability that gives him a unique advantage. Click your Warhawk's tile to access his ability. That's interesting. Doesn't seem like the best place to put it. There's plenty of space in the UI, because the UI is very clean. I get it. Clicking your character's tile will bring up all of his combat options, including move, ability, attack, and then turn. Click the purple ability icon now. The ability description appears in the tooltips below. The Warhawk's Tempest allows him to slam multiple enemies at once. Select an enemy and confirm your choice. Tempest. Strike adjacent enemies in a spin attack. Normal strength. Damage to 2 adjacent enemies going clockwise from target. Why does the direction matter? Or maybe if there's obstructions, it would stop the attack. But in that case, do I have the ability to turn my character? Or I guess it's all determined by the target, huh? Clockwise. 2 adjacent enemies go clock. Oh, 2 adjacent enemies going clockwise from target. So it's not really a spin attack. I mean, I suppose if there were guys on opposite sides of you and there were only 2, then that would be a spin. But, interesting. Okay, and I have a strength of 13, so I'm going to go through his armor and not going to kill him though. That was not clockwise. That was counterclockwise. I'm not crazy, right? He lifted his sword, he spun around this way, and he hit this dude first and then that one. That's counterclockwise. Going clock. Unless unless the clockwise motion is not referring to, or the clockwise indicator is not referring to him, but rather the act. But that shouldn't. No, that shouldn't be different. All right. Well. They make quick work of the chieftain's bodyguards. When there's only one enemy left, players enter pillage mode. During pillage, each character moves in order, and there are no more guaranteed turns. Check the initiative to see how the order has changed. Your allies now get to move twice in a row. What? I don't understand that. Okay. If the character does not move on his turn, he can rest to regain 1 willpower. The chieftain will rest this turn. That's a mistake. Looks like the chieftain is in some trouble. Your shield banger won't be able to finish the job with a normal attack, but willpower can be used to boost your damage. Interesting. Click the chieftain's tile to attack. Wait, why would I not kill him with... Oh, he's at 9 health, not 8. Okay. Right. This is in... Yeah, okay. With the fist, then the stars above the fist add willpower. Number of stars available each turn are determined by your exertion stats. Exertion is the amount of willpower you can use in any given action. Is that a flat amount then, based on the your character's abilities, I guess? I can't get over this polar bear sitting with its, like, hands between its, well, you know what I mean, hands between its legs, just sort of observing. See the damage number go up as you add willpower. Click a star and then add the green check mark to kill this enemy. Victory. The foes lying to... Oh, wow, that disappeared quickly. All right. 6 renown.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his lust. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head.
There's some nice
I'm in a bad way, my friend.
surround sound
Help me
tuning there.
finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal. I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
I mean, I'm gonna need some more detail than finish this fight. Last time somebody said to finish the fight, it was a whole nother war, so, you know. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. Eric. Eric's son of Steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Ubin, isn't it? It is. Governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here, Eric. It's been worse. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Skull things that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall scattered after you took out their chieftain. That could be phrased a little better for clarity. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. I was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Book the market tent to visit the merchant. Alright. You know what? In anticipation... Well, no, we'll get to the... see if there's a more clear starting point for the next action, and then I'll call the, end of the episode. Eric, let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-face houses and eroded stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Had, I'm not in the mood today. Had. For what? Talking to an idiot. Scafling's chieftain bled out about an hour ago, Had. So when you tell me what rat anus the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. I'm kind of curious how much influence these actions actually have. I don't really like any of these options. I don't want to threaten. Well, this is not really a threat. Eric needs some help here. Had I had a change of heart. I hope you do give us a hard time. Had sweats visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, yeah? I don't understand your logic there, bud. I don't really feel like giving up money to him. I don't really know. Now I'm really curious. I almost want to open up a browser window and like just look up a general how much difference does this actually make type of thing, but let's just do nothing. Eric overturns his flimsy tail, scattering Had's assortment of junk across the ground. Gods, Eric, laying it on a bit heavy, don't you think? Where are the Scalflings? Nobleman, up by Eastwall, but that was months ago, last I know. Had skulks away with a wave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until this blows over, you figure. Your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Gunnulf. Gunnulf, were you wearing green back at the Great Hall? No, just bought them while you were walking around. Why? I like all of these. They look good. I'm glad you care. Gunnulf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, that man of yours seemed unreliable at best. Blind dog wouldn't trust Had, but he used to be Scalfling. If they're licking their wounds, they've probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall? Best I can tell, the name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you there. Shouldn't we have an approach of some sort? What a luxury. Come on, you've already mopped up worse today. Just make sure the governor remembers his promise. Double the usual tithe. I'll remind him. Well, I guess next time we'll check out the mead house.